Your specific person is scared of losing you. Now, they want to see you, they want to meet you, and they are finding ways to initiate that contact with you. This will become a reality for you, as today I am going to talk about one such concept that everyone is missing when manifesting their person. It is so simple, yet nobody recognizes it. I know that you want your specific person to chase you. You want them to be with you and to choose you over someone else. If this resonates with you, then you are on the right video, as you will find a way to make this happen. It is not like people haven't manifested the outcome they wanted. They actually made it happen by following the teachings of Neville Goddard. They applied these teachings in their lives, and then they manifested their desired outcomes, where everything in their lives got changed. Earlier, they were scared of losing their specific person, but now it has changed dramatically, and their specific person is scared of losing them. The people who made it happen understood one thing clearly that many people ignore, and that one thing is recognizing your value. So, I want to ask you one simple question. Suppose you have a pebble, and you take that pebble with you while you travel. Would you be scared of losing that pebble? What would happen if you lost that pebble? Well, it won't matter to you that much because you can find pebbles everywhere you go. You can find them on the ground, and the fun part is they are free. No one is charging you anything for that pebble. You can pick another and keep it in your pocket. But what if you had a diamond in your pocket and you were traveling? Would you be scared of losing it? What would happen if you lost it? I know that while traveling, you would check your pocket thousands of times to make sure that you still had that diamond. You would be scared of losing that diamond because diamonds are rare, and you don't find them easily. They cost thousands of dollars. Even though these diamonds are very small in size as compared to a pebble, they hold this immense value. And even the thought of losing them is a nightmare for many. Isn't it fascinating that both of these substances are found on Earth? Yet one is extremely valuable because of its rarity, and another has no importance at all because it is present everywhere. What did you learn from this example? I know some of you will say that you are a human, and how can I compare you with these stones? Well, you are right. You are a human that is unique and possesses qualities and experiences that are far more valuable than any gemstone. Despite knowing that you are unique and one of a kind, you consider yourself a pebble. You consider yourself someone who is of low value and does not have any importance in this world. I know it will trigger many of you, but it is reality. You are scared of losing your specific person because you think of them as someone who is highly valuable. But, on the other hand, you consider yourself someone who is unworthy, undeserving, and unimportant. This is not how you manifest your specific person chasing you. This is not how your specific person will be scared of losing you. Stop seeing yourself as a pebble. Right now you are doing it. You are viewing yourself as a pebble, and that is why your specific person is not scared of losing you. They are not scared of leaving you. Now, if you want to manifest them, if you want them to chase you and become scared of losing you, then you have to start seeing yourself as a diamond. Now, how would you do it, and how is it related to manifestation? Well, it is directly related to manifestation, and you can do it right away after this video ends. The journey of transforming yourself from a pebble to a diamond requires deep inner work. It requires changing the concepts that you have been holding about yourself. It requires that inner change. It requires that inner shift that hardly a few people make. The majority of the people are lazy. They don't want to change their beliefs. They are too scared because this identity that is not working in their favor feels very comfortable to them. They don't want to step out of their comfort zone because they have a fear of the unknown. Changing your identity feels like losing a part of yourself that you have been familiar with for a long time. Losing that feels scary. You can relate it to leaving your country and moving to a new country. Everything and everyone seems unfamiliar to you at first. It feels scary because you are a foreigner. You don't have that support system that you had back in your country, and you don't know how things work there. So, you spend every day learning something new. And after a few months and years, everything becomes familiar to you, and when you look back, you realize that it wasn't scary at all. Fear of the unknown is very common, and due to this, many people are living the same life, having the same experiences year after year because they are scared of a change. Then there is another reason, and that is laziness. You feel lazy to put any effort into bringing any change into your life because the life you have been living for a long time feels comfortable. This laziness occurs when you don't have any ambition, and if something requires effort, then you leave that thing and stay stuck in those limitations that you created in your life a long time ago. This is why many people fail to manifest the reality that they want. They have identified themselves with an identity strongly, and that identity is not doing any good for them. They are following a pattern and living their lives on autopilot. Breaking this pattern seems to be a task, and they are lazy, therefore they leave it. You are required to shift your identity from a pebble to a diamond. Neville's teaching is highly based on changing the self-concept. He says, the cornerstone on which all things are based is man's concept of himself. He acts as he does and has the experiences that he does because his concept of himself is what it is and for no other reason. Pause the video and reread this one quote again and again. You will then recognize why you are experiencing a situation where your specific person is away from you and is not talking to you. It is all because of the concepts you accepted as true for yourself. It is because of your identity. You are viewing yourself as a pebble instead of a diamond, and you have to change it after this video. You have to change your narrative. You have to change the story that you are telling yourself every day. Instead of thinking that you can't do it, think that you can and see the world changing right before your eyes. Each and every one of us is telling ourselves a story. The moment we wake up from the bed to the moment we fall asleep, we have been telling ourselves a story. This story either helps us to achieve or creates a difficulty in our lives. Changing this story is very simple and easy. This story can be changed within a week if you are serious about it. If you seriously want to transform your life, then you can bring about the changes starting this week. Now, what you have to do is a very simple thing. After several years of experimenting with the law of assumption and experiencing manifestation, I have come to an understanding, and I have found a way that works like a charm. Let me explain it by giving an example. Suppose you are a chef and you learn cooking in your teenage days. You have this experience in cooking, and now it feels so easy to prepare dishes. So, if someone asks you to make a burger, what story would you have in your mind? What would it be like? Wouldn't it be that, once they eat the burger that I make, they would forget the taste of every burger they ever had in their life? I prepared an extremely delicious burger, and they are going to love it. They are going to be so happy after eating it. That's an extremely easy task. This sounds so effortless to me. This is how the story would play in your mind because you have the identity of an experienced chef. Now, if someone asks you to mow the lawn and you have zero experience doing it, then what would your story be like in your mind? Wouldn't you be thinking that? I have never even used a lawnmower before. I don't even know how it turns on. They are going to laugh at me. What if they don't like my work? What if it turns out to be a disaster? So, can you see how the story is now playing in your mind? This is because you have a different identity, and it feels like a difficult task to you while it is not. It is the easiest thing that you can do. Now, how would you change this story? How would you change this identity? Well, after trying everything, I found out that thinking from the end state of your desired self would allow you to change your identity at a rapid speed. It does not matter what you want. To make it happen, you have to think from the state where your desire has been fulfilled. It can be thinking from the state of your desired self or thinking from the state of your desired circumstance, and whatnot. It all boils down to thinking from the end. Now, if you want them to be scared of losing you, if you want them to chase you, then think from the state of these circumstances. You have to change your story, and for that, you have to think from this desired state where it is happening. Think like a person who gets all this attention from their desired person. Think like a person who is already getting chased by their specific person. Think like a person who is highly attractive. Think like a person who is a diamond, who is rare and unique. Think as if you are extremely valuable, and everyone in your reality is scared of losing you. Manifesting it is not difficult. All it requires is persistence and consistency. You have to become consistent with this new story. You have to become consistent with the idea of thinking from the end of already having that which you desire. The people who have manifested their specific persons can confirm that they now view themselves as much more valuable and important than before. They have changed their opinions about themselves. They have changed these perceptions and made a shift in their identity that has turned their desires into reality. You don't have to do anything on the outside. It is an inner game. It requires an inner shift, and it is a game of beliefs. All is yours. Do not go seeking for that which you are. Appropriate it, claim it, assume it. Everything depends upon your concept of yourself. That which you do not claim as true of yourself cannot be realized by you. Therefore, claim yourself to be magnetic, highly valuable, attractive, sexy, lucky, important, deserving, worthy, and wanted. You can even play affirmation tapes. All you have to do is surrender yourself to these affirmations while playing them on your phone. I have designed one such affirmation tape that you will find by clicking on the first video that now appears on the screen.